हाय जानीस, आप लोग भी सोचते होंगे कि मैं तो उसामा ही हो गई। 2 हफ्ते से सब मुझे ढूंढते रहे, लेकिन मैं किसी को ना मिली। यू नो ज़ैनब बंदूक वाला, माय बेस्ट फ्रेंड, उसने तो CIA से भी राब्ता कर लिया था मुझे ढूंढ निकालने के लिए। और सुना है कि उन्होंने कंदहार, कोहलू और कालाबाग के बेशतर गारों पर छापे भी मार लिए थे, लेकिन उसामा की तरह वो मुझे ढूंढ ना पाए। इसकी वजह यह है कि उसामा की तरह मैं भी किसी गार में नहीं थी। देखिए ना, वो तो वॉशिंगटन के वाइट हाउस में बैठा है और मैं यहाँ अपने डिफेंस वाले वाइट हाउस में बैठी सोग मना रही थी। अब आप पूछेंगे कि कैसा सोग? नहीं जानीस, मुझे कोई छोड़कर नहीं भागा। But these last 2 weeks have just been so depressing. You know, it all started with that hairy umpire's accusations against my boys. You know, I mean, he accused them that the audacity of that man, he accused them of scratching the ball and then making it so personal, as if it wasn't a cricket ball that had been tampered with. Inzi, poor baby, was so upset. But thanks is to Allah, I managed to cool him down. And trust me, Janis, it wasn't a team effort. बस यूं समझ लें कि ज़बान की मिठास ने ही काम कर दिखाया। अभी इस उलझन से निकल ही रही थी, and guess what happened? The news of Nawab Akbar Bugti's death was dropped on me like a bomb. And that too on a party, on a Saturday night. I mean, I do admit that I'd gone to the party to get bombed, but on booze, Janis, not on news. किसी शख्स की भी मौत एक अफसोसनाक अमर होता है, और ख़ास तौर से जब वो शख्स इतनी prominent personality हो. But what really upset me the most were the events that followed his sad demise. किस तरह चंद लोगों ने उस नवाब की लाश पर अपने ज़ाती मफादात की खातिर अपनी सियासी दुकानें चमकाना शुरू की। वो लाश जो किसी ने देखी भी नहीं, वो हकीकत जो किसी ने जानने की कोशिश भी नहीं की। The government had one stance and the opposition another. But Janis, we, the people, need to have a stance too. And our stance should be the Federation of Pakistan, the solidarity and security of Pakistan, the progress and development of Pakistan. Anyway, Janis, let's look at the brighter side of things. And between you and me and the BBC, we all know that I am the brightest. So you might as well just look at me, darlings. और वैसे भी अब तो मेरा शो खत्म हुआ, and here I am, Janis, आप सबकी खिदमत में एक और हसीन महफिल सजाने। मेरी आज की पहली मेहमान पर मुझे फ़ख्र है, और मुझे यकीन है कि मेरे साथ साथ आप सबको भी उस पर उतना ही फ़ख्र होगा, ख़ास तौर पे ऐसे वक्त में जब अंदरूनी और बैरूनी कई ऐसे अनासर हैं जो अपने ज़ाती मफादात की खातिर हमारे मुल्क के इस्तेहकाम को ठेस पहुंचाने में कोई कमी नहीं छोड़ते। My first guest tonight has over the years won many accolades both for herself and for Pakistan, nationally and internationally. She has truly projected a beautiful face, a most enlightened face of my country, you know, and I feel very, very proud of her. A sensitive human being, a sensational singer with a soulful voice. You guessed it right. Step right in, Hadiqa Kiani. हदीका मेरी जान, it is so wonderful to see you really. क्या हाल है, कैसी?
मैं बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ, आप कैसी हैं?
Hi Jaan, I was very depressed for the last.
You look stunning as usual.
Thank you so much darling. लेकिन पिछले 2 हफ्तों से बड़े सोग में थी मैं. I was going through a lot of depression. तुम तो जानती हो कि मुल्क के क्या हालात रहे पिछले 2 हफ्तों में, यू नो, ऑल दिस स्ट्रेस।
तुम सेंसिटिव भी तो
बहुत ज़्यादा ना। आई एम जस्ट तुम्हारी जितनी ही हूँ, लेकिन आई गेस अब आ गई हो तुम, तो मिलके दोनों अपने एक दूसरे के दर्द और दुख बांट सकेंगे। लेकिन मुझे खुशी बहुत है तुम्हारे आने की, क्योंकि अगर इतनी दफ़ा मैंने शौकत अजीज़ को कहा होता ना आने के लिए।
नहीं, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं थी। मैं ऑफ एंड ऑन पाकिस्तान से बाहर अंदर आ जा रही थी, और लेटली मैंने बताया 11 मंथ्स का मेरा बेबी है, और वो माशाल्लाह से बहुत, अब उसकी ऐसी एज है कि सारा वक्त ही वांट्स माय अटेंशन, और काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें लाइफ में हो रही हैं, तो इसलिए टाइम नहीं निकला। अदरवाइज तो मैं तुम्हारा प्रोग्राम देखती हूँ, और तुम्हें वैसे ही बहुत बड़ी फ़ैन हूँ तुम्हारी मैं।
अच्छा,
हाँ,
थैंक यू सो मच। और मैं भी तुम्हारी बहुत बड़ी फ़ैन। बट अभी जस्ट नाउ यू मेंशन योर सन नादे अली, क्या हाल चाल है उसके?
बिल्कुल ठीक है वो।
यू नो, अभी तुम खुद बच्ची सी हो, और यू नो आई वाज एक्चुअली थिंकिंग ऑफ अडॉप्टिंग यू एज माय डॉटर।
ओह माय गॉड।
और फिर मुझे खबर मिली कि
आई वुड बी सो लकी इफ यू कुड डू दैट।
फिर मुझे खबर मिली कि हदीका अब माँ बन चुकी है। हाउ इज इट?
It's a beautiful feeling, and I think it's the most wonderful thing that you know God has done to me. He's like a beautiful, beautiful gift. मैं समझती थी शायद म्यूज़िक मेरी ज़िंदगी का बहुत एक खूबसूरत अल्लाह मियाँ ने मुझे तोहफ़ा दिया, लेकिन नादे अली के आने के बाद मैं कहती हूँ कि शायद दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा तोहफ़ा अल्लाह ताला ने मुझे दे दिया, and I think we both are made for each other.
Really?
Yes.
Hi, that's a wonderful thing to say. हदीका, मुझे लोग कहते हैं कि इंसान को ज़िंदगी में वो सब कुछ नहीं मिल जाता जिसका वो ख़्वाह होता है। अगर आपको कुछ मिलता है तो कुछ नहीं मिलता है। लेकिन यू नो, लुकिंग एट यू, माशाल्लाह माशाल्लाह, एंड आई नो दैट you've had to struggle really, and you've had to fight your way through it really. लेकिन तुमने वो सब कुछ हासिल कर लिया एक तरह से, जिसकी तुम्हें ख्वाहिश थी।
हाँ, पता नहीं, सब कुछ का तो मुझे पता नहीं, इस तरह तो लाइफ में there's never an end, but I would say that I'm really content within myself, and I always see my life in a very positive way, because that's what my mother has always taught me, because I've seen her struggling throughout her life and all that, and I've seen her fighting, you know, with all the barriers and with all the negative things, you know, that obstacles and everything, but I've taken the strength from her, and like I said, that you know, mothers obviously they play a very important role, they play a vital role. तो मैं यही चाहती हूँ कि लाइफ में there's never an end to these things, कि कभी भी आपको लाइफ में उस तरह की satisfaction नहीं होती, but I'm satisfied whatever God has given me, and I have struggled for it. I have come a long way, and I take pride in that, that I didn't get fame overnight. I struggled for it, not for the fame, but I struggled in my music, and a lot of people say that you had been out for so long, you had been, I know that अभी पता नहीं शायद तुमने भी मेरे से पूछना होगा कि बहुत अरसे से मैं आउट हूँ, तो मैं आउट शायद शोबिज़ या स्क्रीन से हूँ आउट, which I wanted to take a break and space for myself, because I think it's very important for a person to, you know, to have that calmness, to have that period of time in which you grow in life, besides what you're doing in your routine life. So I always wanted to take this break and have that period of growth within myself. I was doing music, I was listening to music, I was going abroad here and there, I was going to the music libraries idhar udhar se, and I had been constantly doing music and constantly focusing on my child and my music and myself.
That's wonderful. You know, your story sounds so inspiring really, especially when you talk of your struggle. हाय, अब पता नहीं अपने आप को खुशकिस्मत समझूं कि बदकिस्मत समझूं, बट जानी, यू नो, आई नेवर रियली हैड टू स्ट्रगल। हाय, अल्लाह जन्नत नसीब करे मरहूम को, सब कुछ ही छोड़ गए मेरे पास। अभी यू जस्ट स्पोक अबाउट योर मदर, आई डोंट नो वेदर मिसेस खावर कियानी, बाय द वे, एवर टोल्ड यू दैट इट वाज मी जिसने पहली दफ़ा खावर को मशवरा दिया था कि अपने बच्चों को म्यूज़िक स्कूल के अंदर डालो। तुम तो बहुत छोटी होती थी, you know, it must have been around 20-25 years. Since I've met your mother. How's she keeping? How's she doing?
Lately, you know, like 7 months back, she had paralysis stroke.
Oh.
हाँ, तो वो इसीलिए मैं बता भी नहीं सकी ना, इतना अरसे से जो बिजी उसी चक्कर में। अब I don't know, God has His own ways of balancing things out, and that's a big disaster in my life. But at the same time, then अब नादे अली माशाल्लाह 11 months के हैं, तो when my baby was 4 months, then my mother had paralysis. So it's like a darkness and brightness at the same time going on in the house. So there is a balance. God always keeps a balance.
Really, Hadiqa, that's a wonderful thought. तुमने भी ब्राइटनेस की बात की, डार्कनेस की बात की, एंड यू स्पोक अबाउट बैलेंस रियली. आई विश कि हमारे देखने वाले इस बात को समझ सकें कि ज़िंदगी के अंदर जहाँ द अप्स एंड डाउन्स की साथ साथ चलते हैं, दे रन पैरेलल टू ईच अदर, एंड वन हैज़ टू होल्ड वन सेल्फ स्ट्रॉन्ग एंड बी एबल टू enjoy the ups and the downs also, because there's something to learn from everything.
Because if we we are part of the universe, and if we are not synced with the universe, then we are not synced with ourselves, and if we are not synced with ourselves, then obviously problems they happen in our lives. फिर जो disturbances आती हैं हमारी लाइफ में, उनका हमें खुद समझ नहीं आ रही होती कि वो क्यों आ रही हैं. वो इसीलिए आ रही होती हैं because we are in a state of denial most of the times, and we are not synced with whatever is happening around us. And I always, when my mother had this paralysis stroke, I used to, ask Allah, why did this thing happen? But, I just don't get the answer sometimes, because God is balancing things out. On one side, there's Nadir Ali, and I see his laughter, and, he giggles, and he's like the whole light in my house. And my mother, whenever he laughs, she looks at him, and she just gets the brightness, and she gets the positive energies through him. So Allah Taala ने ऐसे time पे बेटा मुझे दिया, ऐसे time पे उस बेटे की life में मैं आई, that it's kind of a very different thing that I'm unable to figure this thing out. And my mother is, mashallah, she's a very strong-willed person, and she's keeping her wills, and she's keeping her strength intact, and she's trying to just keep herself in a positive road, and she's going through her physiotherapy. And आज मेरी लाइफ का बहुत ही, you can say that it's a very very emotional moment of my life, which I would really like to share with you, क्योंकि आप उनकी दोस्त भी हैं, और मैं चाहूँगी, क्योंकि 7 महीने से उनका एक पोइट्री का ब्लॉक लगा हुआ था, and you know that she's a beautiful lyricist and poetess, so she writes most of my songs. बल्कि अभी लाला का भी गाना उन्होंने खुद ही किया, इरफान का, तो वो भी लाला बहुत इमोशनल हो के अम्मी को एक गिफ्ट दिया इस टाइम पे ना, कि शी इज़ पैरालाइज्ड, सो शी इज़ गोना बी वेरी हैप्पी टू सी हर सन सिंगिंग. एंड सो आज उन्होंने उनका इमोशनल एक जो ब्लॉक लगा हुआ था ना पोइट्री का, विच आई थॉट दैट आई डोंट नो वेदर शी विल बी एबल टू डू द पोइट्री अगेन इन हर लाइफ और नॉट. सो शी डिड द पोइट्री, और मैं उसी तरीके से पेपर के ऊपर लिख के ले आई. मैंने कहा आज मैं जा रही हूँ तो मैं बेगम साहिबा को ये सुनवाऊँ और उनको बताऊंगी.
और ये शायद खावर ने मेरी मोहब्बत में लिख दिया. देखो वो एक स्पिरिचुअल कनेक्शन तो होता ही है ना. और
पता है, इट्स सच अ ब्यूटीफुल मोमेंट फॉर मी कि 7 महीने के बाद उनका एक इमोशनल वो जो ब्लॉकेज उनका था, वो that has opened up, and now she has started again, with her poetry. So should I?
Please.
So I would like to share this thing with all the viewers here and the listeners who are just looking at the program. This is for the nation, for the country. ऐ मेरे देश की सौंधी मट्टी, ऐसी मट्टी है कहाँ. तेरे दरियाओं का है मीठा पानी, ऐसा पानी है कहाँ. चांदनी जैसे गुले तर पे शबनम, चांदनी जैसे गुले तर पे हो शबनम रक्सां, और तेरे दिन के उजाले सा उजाला है कहाँ. मेरी जान तुझ पे निछावर, मेरा सब तन मन धन, तू जो कायम है तो कायम है ये हस्ती मेरी, वरना तेरे सिवा दुनिया में रखा क्या है. इसको इस एंगल में भी लिया जा सकता. तेरी आज़ाद फ़ज़ाओं में हैं हम उड़ते पंछी, सांस लेते हैं फ़ज़ा में तेरी अमृत की तरह.
वाह, बहुत.
So I just
brilliant, really brilliant. You must go and congratulate her from me. और उन्होंने उड़ते पंछियों का जिक्र किया. वैसे तो हम सभी उड़ते पंछी हैं, लेकिन सबसे ऊंची उड़ान मेरी ही है.
वो तो है, बिल्कुल है. You're so hot.
Thank you, darling.
Still so hot.
हाँ, वो भी यही कह रहे थे कल रात को. अब ये ना पूछना कि वो कौन थे. लेकिन मैं कह रही थी हदीका, तुमसे मिलकर इतने सालों के बाद, काफ़ी अरसे बाद हम मिले, और मुझे देख के बहुत खुशी हुई that you have a lot of spirituality in you. हाय जान, I have been stuck in my physical dimension for so long कि मुझे अपनी spiritual growth का ऐसा टाइम नहीं मिला.
नहीं, मेरे ख्याल में you have enough of spiritual growth within yourself, और physical growth हो तो spiritual growth
तो होती ही रहती है ना. I found मुझे आसान रास्ता मिल गया था ना. मैंने कहा मैं I should keep my
ऐसा रास्ता हर एक के पास तो नहीं होता.
नहीं होता ना.
जिसके पास हो उसी के पास होता है.
हाय मेरी जान. But do you know that you share your birthday with परवेज भाई?
Yes.
The 11th of August.
Oh my God, yes.
है ना? वैसे तो मैं भी उनके साथ काफ़ी चीज़ें शेयर करती हूँ. You know, I do the sharing because he does the caring.
Oh
Darling,
my
if you know what I mean. But how does it feel to share your birthday with the President of Pakistan, General Pervez Musharraf?
I think it's a great feeling since he's our president, and I think I'm क्या कहूँ मैं, पाकिस्तान के ऐसे presidents में उनका शुमार है कि हमारे मुल्क में बहुत सारी changes आई हैं, very positive changes, and he's a very progressive minded person, very modern minded person. और हमारे मीडिया की भी बहुत ग्रोथ हुई है, हमारे मुल्क की भी इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ में बहुत उनका हाथ है, एंड आई विश कि वो ही स्टेज फॉर अ लॉन्गर टाइम, एंड आई एम जस्ट कीपिंग माई फिंगर्स क्रॉस्ड फॉर दैट. और जहाँ तक बर्थडे शेयर करने का है तो ही इज़ अ लियो, एंड हैट्स ऑफ टू लियो.
हाँ, but I love Leos too, darling. I'm totally into lions, if you know what I mean.
A coincidence as well. His brother is 19th July and my brother is 19th July as well.
Look at that.
Yes.
अच्छा, पहले तो मुझे ये बताओ कि 11th of August.
Yes.
Do you believe in stars and zodiac signs and astrology?
I do sometimes, yeah.
Do you find anything common between you and him, personality traits wise? कि
No,
तुम्हें
I don't.
समझता है कि तुम्हारा मिजाज भी वैसा
I
है?
don't know him personally. How can I say that?
I mean,
he's like me. He is authoritative. That's what his whole image is all about, and his position is something that he should be authoritative. And he has those dictator probably qualities and all that whatever that firm thing that okay, I take stand on this, whether it's right or wrong, I'm gonna stick to it. So I'm also something like that if I do something, I feel very firm about it, even if it's wrong. I say that my mind, my heart says it's fine, so it's fine. And I don't know him personally, so how can I say that there are things, maybe any Leo person has something in common with me, so Leo's.
But darling, do you know that I'm a Piscean? And do you know that Pisces and Leo is supposed to be one of the best matches in the world?
So is my mother.
हाँ,
Yes.
of
And
course,
she is my best friend.
हाँ,
She is my
Leo and
best.
Pisces का तो बहुत अच्छा
Very
मेल
sensitive.
होता है, और ईमेल पे तो रब्ता रहता है मेरा परवेज भाई से, टेलीफोन्स भी करते रहते हैं मुझको.
लेकिन लियोस
तुम जो कह रही
वो
थी,
लगते हैं ना स्टबन और
उतने होते नहीं हैं.
बिल्कुल सॉफ्ट हार्टेड होते हैं.
I think they're very secure people, really.
Yes.
है ना, they don't have those kind of insecurities that.
और इस तरह गुस्सा भी नहीं आता.
नहीं आता.
मुझे नहीं आता. मुझे बहुत कम आता है, और जब आता है तो काफी.
लेकिन तुम्हें एक खुशखबरी सुना दूं. तुम्हें फिक्र थी कि you were saying कि you were hoping that he's here to stay and he's not going anywhere.
I hope so, yes.
मुझे तो 13 अक्टूबर 99 को ही इन्होंने फ़ोन करके मुझसे वादा कर लिया था कि नाजी, अब मैं आ गया हूँ ना, तो मैं कुर्सी छोड़ के और तुम्हें छोड़ के कहीं नहीं जाऊँगा. और देखो कितने प्यार से अपना वादा निभा रहे हैं.
Know about
परवेज
it?
भाई आप ही के साथ हैं. Yes, she's a wonderful person.
I know.
Really she is.
I know she
you know.
is.
हाँ, चलो कोई और बात करते हैं. You know, I'd hate to hear stories of an argument between the president and the first lady because of me, darling. खामखा presidency में tension
But they
मचेगी
make a
तो.
nice couple.
They do.
I
really,
must say that.
Really, they. This is a beautiful moment. I have my Hadiqa, my lovely Hadiqa sitting here with me, और मुझे यकीन है आप लोगों को भी बहुत लुत्फ आ रहा होगा. Who looks lovely, by the way.
Thank
Really,
you.
you look so lovely.
Not
darling.
as lovely as you.
हाँ,
do.
चलो ये बात मैं तुम्हारी मान लूंगी.
क्या कमाल
That
है.
has got to be true, darling.
पूरे
But-
स्टूडियो में इतनी सर्दी हो रही है. It's quite chilly here, and but the person who's sitting in front of me is looking hot.
Oh, darling,
And
darling,
stunning.
darling, thank you so much. पर मैंने कहा ना, कल रात को वो भी यही कह रहे थे.
हाँ, सारा कुछ वही कह रहे थे जो मैं कह रही हूँ. ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है?
I guess कि वो भी कोई कनेक्शन होगा ना उनके साथ भी, स्पिरिचुअल टाइप कनेक्शन शायद है इसका. But I can take him
इधर
seriously.
स्पिरिचुअल है, उधर फिजिकल होगा.
Physical है, but I think it's nice, है ना?
Exactly.
And I think I can take him seriously now. अभी तक
I
तो I
think
was
you
just
should.
हाँ, but I think now I can think about him
He
seriously.
could be Mr. Right actually.
He could be. You never know. But you know, मुझे अभी याद आया कनेड का जिक्र हुआ. Mrs. Falbus, you know, I was, of course, अब तुम्हें तो नहीं पता होगा, but I went to Canada myself.
Wow,
you know,
wow.
और मुझे इतनी हैरत हुई कि जब मैं वहाँ थी तभी मिसेस फैल्बूस थी प्रिंसिपल, जब तुम थी वहाँ पर तब भी वही मिसेस फैल्बूस थी.
Wow.
मुझे ये बताओ हदीका, that after you became Hadiqa Kiani, became Hadiqa Kiani, the star really, you must have gone and performed at the Canada.
Actually, I did not.
Huh?
Yeah.
Not a single concert?
I didn't get the chance. I would love to. I think I would love to. There was something which happened over there. It was a Life Achievement Awards that they were giving, you know, to the old KCItes. And after so many years, I went to Canada and, you know, I met Principal Falbus. You know, what a wonderful woman. What a wonderful, strong-headed person. Always very polite and always very encouraging towards her students. So I got a Life Achievement Award as an old KCIte. So I think that was such a beautiful moment at that time, because I was, they were all Canadian college students were there, and I was there as a senior student. So I think it was quite a different moment, because I went through the lobbies and here and there, and I was just thinking, oh my God, this was my college, and I was so desperate to get into this college and study there. And there was this point that I told my mother that if I don't get the admission there, अगर मेरे marks ना आए, तो मैं बस metric pass ही रहूँगी. My mother was obviously a principal, and she was a total strict, educated person. So she said, ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? नहीं नहीं नहीं. Canada is my obsession, and if I don't get admission in Canada, मैं अनपढ़ ही metric pass ही रहूँगी. So thank God I got very good marks, and I got into Canada, and I, you know, my dreams were fulfilled. So.
I'm so glad, but you know, अभी Mrs. Falbus का जिक्र हो रहा था. I have to tell you a little secret.
Oh my God.
Mrs. Falbus and I never got along so well. You know,
There must be some guy
for all the time
in
that I was in college, she would look at me and she would have this nasty expression on her face. The only time I saw her happy was, darling, the day when I was graduating.
Oh my.
She was so happy and she looked so relieved, so relieved. और जानती हो कसूर क्या था मेरा? जान, अगर कॉलेज के बाहर अगर लड़कों का एक मॉब इकट्ठा हो रहा है मुझे देखने के लिए, तो इसमें मेरा कोई कसूर है हदीका? I mean, she would hold that against me. I mean, someone should have realized that I'm, you know, bringing so much publicity to her college. Really, I'm making it so popular in Lahore and all over Pakistan. But anyway, you know, she's such a wonderful lady, really. You know, and अभी तुमने बात की वाकई कॉलेज के जो दिन होते हैं, you know, that's some of the fondest memories.
Yeah.
अच्छा, coming now to your music. Hadiqa, you have ruled, you know, the Pakistani pop scene for the longest, really. And I think in Nazia, after Nazia passed away, did you meet Nazia?
Yes.
And how did you find her as a person?
Oh my God, she was such a sweet, soft personality, you know, very sensitive.
Very sensitive.
Yeah, and you could just tell from her eyes that she was so sensitive. And she said that अब हमारी music industry में I'm really satisfied that there's someone, you know, who's gonna take care of the music industry female side. So that was like a big compliment for me at that point.
You know, Nazia and I were very close, and I had a very special place for her in my heart, and I always will have that place for her. But Hadiqa, you know, it's so interesting in a sense. But when I think of Nazia and when I look at you, I find so many similarities between the two of you. जिस sensitive look की तुम बात करी थी, उसकी आंख में थी वो sensitive expression, वो दर्द, वो sad, you know, that intensity, and you know that depth of feeling, really I see in your eyes also.
Thank you so much. I don't know, that must be a natural thing, and I think if you look at any artist, artists are sensitive. थोड़े से पागल भी होते हैं.
थोड़े नहीं, मेरे ख्याल में काफी
पागल in a way that, you know, they are not very normal in their real lives. They are insane in their own manner. And I'm quite sensitive about life and about people, and if you see sadness and that intensity in my eyes, it's maybe because there's a lot happening in the whole world around us, and we go out, we see a lot of people suffering on the roads, and if you look at TV, you just you know, see the news, and there are so many things that really touches you from inside. So I think it's because of that.
But you know, Hadiqa, every time I see the suffering, मुझे शायद अपने इर्द गिर्द की सफरिंग देख के और ज़्यादा अपने रब का शुक्र अदा करने को दिल करता है. That you know, in so many ways we are so blessed. Really. अभी नाज़िया का जिक्र हो रहा था. Interestingly, another thing similar between you and Nazia was that both of you started your singing career as such with Suhail Rana.
Yes.
Suhail Rana का क्या रोल रहा तुम्हारी ज़िंदगी में, तुम्हारे म्यूजिकल करियर के अंदर?
I would say that you know, that was my foundation, and he was my first teacher, and I think you never tend to forget your your
I know,
guru.
darling. I still haven't
Yeah.
forgotten my first teacher. Now,
like
don't
your-
ask me what he taught me, but
I
you know.
It's
Oh,
like
darling,
your,
what an
it's like your
experience,
first love, you know.
Yes,
it's like your
darling,
first
yes.
class that you enter, and you never forget that. So my first teacher was Suhail Rana, and then later on KH Kazalbash, and then obviously I worked with Khalil uncle as well, Khalil Ahmed, and I think I also take him as my teacher because I worked with him for 3.5 years for that children's program and learned a lot from him. But I think Suhail Rana was a true foundation of music, especially for all the kids at that point, because unme se hi Adnan Sami Khan bhi,
हाँ, बिल्कुल, no doubt,
and
हाँ.
I think before that was Afshan and a lot of other Mona, and you know, a lot of people were there.
Hi, but by the way, do you know I found out Adnan Sami's birthday?
Hmm?
Adnan Sami's
Yeah.
birthday. Do you know his birthday?
No?
He was born on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of May, darling. 4 days of Labor Day, honey. 4 days of Labor Day, I tell you. No, I was just being nasty.
Oh my God, that's
no,
not
no,
possible.
I know, sweetie. He's born on the I think the 15th of August. He's also a Leo.
Oh,
Haan.
wow,
But he's been
okay.
away for so long. He's
Yeah.
been away for so long.
So do you think
really.
that Adnan has something in common with Musharraf?
Not really, but I think with India he does. Indian Independence Day, hai na?
हाँ, हाँ,
15th ko.
15th
So
of
don't you
August.
see that natural affinity between the
Oh,
two?
yes.
How India attracted him and how he
Exactly.
attracted India.
India.
And कितना एकदम mutually foreign ही घुल मिल गए ना
True,
आपस
true,
में.
true, true,
हाय देखो
true.
जब से इंडिया गया मुझे भूल ही गया एक दफा फोन नहीं किया.
अच्छा,
But
नहीं,
that
कर लेगा,
reminds me,
कर लेगा.
Sargam.
Yes.
That reminds me, Sargam. You know, and that was, I think, अपने वक्त के लिहाज से जब रिलीज हुई थी, it was the most sensational
Yeah.
release, music score of its time, really.
Because I've never sung for any Pakistani
Pakistani film,
Yeah. It's not that they are not on good scale or anything like that. They are really doing good, and but as compared to India and here and there, they still have to grow a lot. Especially अब तो शायद privatization जो जिस तरह Saqib Malik and you know I've been hearing that a lot of directors are you know making their movies. Shoaib Mansoor. So at that time, Sargam was the movie that it really sounded, you know, wow to me that okay, Adnan Sami Khan is going to be doing music, and I always liked his music, and he wanted a different kind of voice, which is not the typical voice that was going on that time. So I thought that it's a nice thing to work with him, and I didn't know that it's going to be a big opportunity later on, but you know, it was a great chance at that time to work with Adnan because I knew him through children's program as well. So it was overall a very good experience for me. Later on, अब तो फिर pop music के अंदर आ गई, and then I don't have time. A lot of people ask me why don't you sing for you know movies. तो मैं कहती हूँ कि मेरे अपनी एल्बम के गाने ले लें, आराम से चोरी ना करें, क्योंकि बूहे बारियाँ को उन्होंने खुद ही कई
copy कर
movies
लिया. I
में
know, I heard that.
copy कर लिया without even asking me.
I
So
know. Acha, Zeba, by the way, I heard is writing a book these days, darling.
Okay.
It's a bestseller.
wow.
Yeah, it's called How I Lost 300 Pounds in One Day.
Huh?
Yeah, by divorcing Adnan
Oh, yeah.
Sami. Beats Atkins anytime, darling.
I
Beats
could just
Atkins
figure that out.
anytime. But tell me, your songs were picturized on Zeba. She was the leading
Yes.
lady of Sargam. Also, तुम्हारी मुलाकात रही Zeba के साथ?
नहीं.
बिल्कुल भी नहीं?
No.
अच्छा, because I was going to ask you, मुझे आज तक समझ नहीं आया कि who was responsible for the split? I mean, was it Zeba's fault? Was it Adnan's fault?
No,
How
I
did
don't
it-
know. I
Because
don't know.
both of them later on became so vicious towards each other. मुझे समझ नहीं आता कि हमारे मुल्क में लोग, I mean, fine, शादी चलती है, शादी नहीं चलती है, लेकिन why do people become so vicious to each other?
I know.
You know, when they part ways.
I think when I split with my first husband, we just split it in a very amicable way. You know, just like educated people do. We didn't brag about things, and we didn't talk about each other against each other, because once we got married, we lived with each other for so many years, like 5.5 years, and he can't be that bad. I can't be that bad. If I was living with him, if I chose to live with him, then you know he can't be that bad. So there are a lot of things जो कि लाइफ में आपको मुख्तलिफ ट्रैक्स के ऊपर ले जाती हैं. Could be your family issues, could be your, you know, there can be a lot of things.
I know.
So that doesn't mean that the other person becomes a, you know, monster. And
But you know, I must give you credit for this fact, Hadiqa. All these years, I've been observing you very closely, because obviously I felt a connection with you always.
I know.
Rawalpindi, of course your mum, of course the music, the this and the that. कि तुमने जो कुछ भी किया हमेशा बहुत ग्रेसफुली किया. You know, there was all, I mean, whatever, whether it was your career, whether it was your personal life, whatever you did, whether it was your changing your persona, your look every time, but everything had a touch of grace, you know, about the way it was done. By the way, who's designed your new look? I love it.
This is by Humayun at Tariq Amin.
Yeah, of course, I know
So
the
he
bachcha.
just wanted me to look different and you know just.
Another one of Tariq's bachchas, I know.
Yeah, so he's
I
really
know.
good. So.
आया बैठा था तारिक अभी 2 हफ्ते पहले आया बैठा था मेरे
I
पास.
know. So Tariq is a lovely guy.
हाँ,
oh
lovely
my God,
person,
I really
of
get
course,
along with him a lot. You know, he's one creative person that I
अच्छा,
truly,
talking of
truly.
creative people, Hadiqa, I have another very creative person. Yes, he's like a little मेरे बिल्कुल बच्चों की तरह है.
Wow.
बल्कि मैंने उसको अपना बेटा ही बनाया हुआ है. I'm so fond of him really, and he's doing so well, mashallah, mashallah. By the way, the sari that I'm wearing,
Wow.
he sent me as a gift really.
Oh my God, this is so
तो
beautiful.
वो यहाँ आया बैठा है, तो मैं सोच रही हूँ कि क्यों ना उसको भी हमारी इस अपने इस ड्राइंग रूम में इस महफिल में शामिल कर लिया
Why
जाए.
not? Yes.
A very very creative designer, one of the most promising designers today. I'm very very proud of him. आज हम सब pride ले रहे हैं in Pakistan, in each other really. Step right in, Nomi Ansari. Nomi मेरी जान. Come in. How are you darling? कैसे हो? मेरी जान. Meet Hadiqa. हाय नोमी, तुम्हें पता है कब से हदीका आई बैठी है? और जब से आई बैठी है बारी बारी मुझे कहती है कि बेगम साहिबा यू लुकिंग हॉट टुनाइट. बेगम साहिबा यू लुकिंग हॉट टुनाइट. जान, मुझे हॉट बनाने में सारा कमाल नोमी का है.
ज़्यादा हॉट बनाने में.
ज़्यादा हॉट
नोमी,
बनाने
कितना
में.
तुमने पर्सनालिटी के लिहाज से उनको है ना.
नहीं माशाल्लाह इस
She's got
उम्र
such a
में बेगम
lovely
साहबा में इतना
figure.
ग्रेस, इतना
और
ग्लैमर.
उम्र भी क्या है, कोई खास उम्र?
नोमी, क्या मतलब है तुम्हारा इस उम्र में?
नहीं, बेगम साहबा मेरा ख्याल.
Come on जान, you can call me Auntie Nazi, it's all right.
खाला.
खाला?
नाजो खाला.
नाज़ो खाला.
That sounds
Oh,
That sounds
that's
really
so
nice.
नाजो
cute.
खाला.
है ना?
Okay, I'll start calling
नहीं,
you.
ऑनेस्टली मैं पहले तुम्हारे आने से पहले हदीका को कह रही थी कि आई एम फीलिंग सो मैटर्नल टुडे, लेकिन ऑनेस्ट टू गॉड मेरे बच्चे नहीं हैं, लेकिन काश कि वो 2 बच्चे खुशहाल घराना की फिलॉसफी मानते हुए अगर मेरी एक बेटी होती और एक बेटा होता तो मैं यकीनन चाहती कि मेरी बेटी हदीका जैसी होती और मेरा बेटा तुम्हारे जैसा होता.
Right.
You know, I wouldn't have to worry
That's
about
so
clothes
sweet.
ever in my life. you know, I tell you.
Exactly.
I have selfish angles in everything, darling. I have selfish angles in everything.
Wow.
है ना? Nomi, अच्छा by the way, please I have to congratulate you also. मैंने सुना कि लक्स स्टाइल अवार्ड्स पर तुमने एक phenomenal performance दी.
Thank
और
you so much,
तुम्हारी
but I
मैंने
truly
बहुत
missed
तारीफ
you. I
Really?
missed you in that.
Yeah, you were missing,
Where
but
were you?
Hadiqa's performance was actually something to die for.
है ना?
Thank you so
Great
much, but I
performance.
missed you. You
हाँ, I
were
know,
you were
John.
missing in that whole thing. Seriously.
I know. And why?
You
is
should
the
have been
question.
there. Why?
No, I don't know. I think
I
We all
wonder
missed
why.
you actually.
I'm so glad. मुझे इतने लोगों ने फोन करके ये बात
कितना
बोली.
अच्छा होता ये होते ना.
हाँ.
बहुत मजा
But you
आता.
know, I was खैर छोड़ो. कुछ लोग I guess let's talk about people's insecurities on this one. Nomi,
ये
लोग
कुछ
क्यों
ज़्यादा
होते हैं?
दिल पे लगे एकदम से कुछ दिल पे लगी है
गलत
ना.
सवाल था, गलत सवाल.
Come on, Jani.
नहीं, I can tell. I can.
I mean, I go and attend Oscars, darling. I mean, लक्स स्टाइल अवार्ड्स पे मैं जाती तो तुम उस अवार्ड्स सेरेमनी की शान को शायद 4 चांद लगा देती.
But I know you for years.
लेकिन-
इसमें कुछ थोड़ी सी एक अंदर
सी
से
रहती है.
पेन सी कुछ
हाँ
मुझे
होती है
महसूस हुई
हदीका. Of course it does hurt. Of course it does hurt.
So why you
It
were
was
not
all
there?
part of one nation.
I was never asked to be there.
Ah.
Which was very strange.
But you were
actually,
there
really.
last year.
Of course I was there, darling. And newspapers wrote that I stole the show. I had stolen the show last year. Anyway, and by the way, congratulations.
Thank
You were nominated
I
for
was
the best
nominated
designer.
I mean, this was my 4th year nomination.
Mashallah, mashallah. Going strong, Nomi. You are going to.
4 साल हो गए नॉमिनेट होते, अवार्ड
Nominate-
नहीं देते यार.
Award
अब
नहीं
तो-
देते.
हाँ, मेरा भी
चलो.
कुछ ऐसा ही हाल है.
है ना? बचपन से ही पैदा होते हमने नॉमिनेट होना शुरू कर दिया.
I think I should start an award ceremony of my own.
Seriously.
The Begum Nawazish Show
Oof.
Awards of Excellence or something.
That'll be a big hit.
Yes, we'll put
That should
Lux
happen
to
soon,
shame
actually.
any
ये
day,
आइडिया
darling.
ही हिट है.
है ना, आइडिया ही हिट है.
Hit है, super
चलो
duper hit.
फिर मेरे देखने वालों को ये खुशखबरी कि बहुत जल्दी हम एक अवार्ड सेरेमनी मुनक्किद करेंगे जिसमें मैं अपने नोमी को अपने हाथ से अवार्ड दूंगी.
जिसमें आपका दिल जिसको चाहेगा आप उसको अवार्ड देंगे.
नहीं, मेरा दिल तो नोमी को ये साड़ी पहनकर तो मेरा दिल चाह रहा है कि
क्यों
मैं
आप
नोमी को
मुझे
ही
embarrass
अवार्ड दूं.
कर रही हैं? मुझे शर्म आ रही है खाला जी.
अच्छा, for any artist, for any creative person, there has to be an inspiration behind their work. Where did your inspiration?
Okay, actually my father's into hand-knitted carpets. So basically my family business is very textile oriented. तो बचपन से हम लोग कारखानों में जाते थे और देखते थे कालीनों के रंग बन रहे हैं, नक्शों में कलर्स हो रहे हैं, पेंट. So I had like drawing skills since I was a child, and I was painting and drawing, and I was good at sketching, and I've been doing like a lot of short courses, कि sketching का, drawing का, live drawing का, sculpture, सब कुछ किया. स्कूल गया, फिर DJ साइंस कॉलेज गया, FSC किया, फिर सोचा डॉक्टर बनूं. मैं डॉक्टर नहीं बन सकता. I was more into surgeons. शौक था काटने का.
Oh God.
But no, then I wanted to become actually a filmmaker. Because I was very much into Bollywood, and I was a hardcore Bollywood buff. I wanted to go into films and wanted to create something out of Lollywood but couldn't happen. Then I applied in NCA twice. I didn't get admission. बीच में short courses करते रहा. Karachi School of Arts से किया, Fad Institute है वहाँ से किया. Indus Valley में apply किया. Indus Valley में admission नहीं मिला. PSFD का exam दिया. Then I went to New York to study. New York पहुँचा तो पता चला admission हो गया. Came back in 2 months. But I think that was the best decision in my life.
अच्छा, बात करो खुश मोड़ते हैं. हदीका को तो अखबानी मिल गया. मैं अखबानी तिक्कों से दिल बहलाती रहती हूँ. फिर भी पेट नहीं भरता. तुम्हें कोई मिला या मिली कि नहीं?
मिली.
Hello.
Very much मिली.
अच्छा, मिल गई?
Yeah, sort of.
कौन है वो? अभी तक मेरे पास क्यों नहीं लेकर आए अप्रूवल के लिए?
अभी बात चलेगी ना, जब घर तक पहुंचेगी तो फिर फैमिली से भी मिलवाऊंगा.
बेटा,
कितनी लकी है ना, कपड़े फ्री में और सब.
हाँ, देखो I tell you.
और क्या, शादी पर हदीका भी तो आएगी.
हाँ, आऊंगी ना, क्यों नहीं आऊंगी, डेफिनेटली आऊंगी.
हाँ, सिर्फ हदीका ही
तुम
आएगी
कपड़े
शादी
डिजाइन करोगे ना मेरे
Of
लिए?
course.
अच्छा, देखो इसने झूठे मुंह मुझे एक
और नाज़ो खाला के लिए तो फर्शी गरारा.
हाँ,
मैंने
फर्शी
सोच
गरारा.
लिया फर्शी गरारा होना चाहिए, लंबी ट्रे लो पीछे ना.
जितनी लंबी होगी मुझे उतनी अच्छी लगेगी. मैंने कहा कि उमर सईद और रिजवान बेग तुम्हारी बड़ी तारीफें करते रहते हैं.
When my first shoot came, it was Mac का annual. इराज के साथ मैंने किया था. Umar Saeed was the first person from media who called me and congratulated
I
me.
really like him as a person. You know, he's
He was the
very
first
sweet
person,
and
and I
nice
really
person.
respect him for
Of
that.
course,
He
yes.
is extremely down to earth.
very sweet.
इतना काम, इतना नाम बनाने के
Yeah.
बाद जो attitude होना चाहिए
Yeah.
वो उमर का नहीं है.
नहीं.
Which is a great thing. He's a
True.
great human being.
No, he is. And what about Rizwan Beg, darling?
Rizwan, I like Rizwan's stuff also, and Rizwan again is like, there's no comparison. मतलब इस तरह आप दोनों को compare नहीं कर सकते, but Rizwan himself is like, he's very energetic, very hyper, he's very well spoken and good work, and he has done so much of work and one of the pioneers we have. I think Rizwan again is someone who is extremely creative, and मैं कितनी तारीफ करूँ?
हाँ, नहीं, काफी ज्यादा तारीफ कर ली. मीरा ने क्या बोला मेरे बारे में? कुछ कहा?
नहीं, मीरा कुछ नहीं कहती. हाँ, मीरा ये जरूर मीरा कह रही थी कि कहीं ग्रीन लक्स में मीरा की जगह आपको ना दे.
हाय स्वीटी,
That's a good
डार्लिंग.
answer.
नहीं जान, मैं कभी लक्स की साबुन की टिक्कियों क्या कहते हैं, टिक्कियाँ है ना, वो मेरी जगह नहीं है जान.
नहीं, वैसे अगर
वहाँ मीरा ही ठीक
वैसे
है.
अगर बाबरा हो सकती हैं तो वहाँ पे
बेगम साहबा भी
आपका
नाज़ो
होना
खाला.
जान, बाबरा मेरी
वैसे
जान
नाज़ो खाला
है.
मेरे
By the way,
ख्याल में-
Babra looked the best in this campaign.
I
I
know,
must
Babra
say.
looks the best.
She really looks the
Barbara
best.
looked really nice.
stunning.
अच्छा, the time when you came onto the music scene, उस वक्त तुम्हारे मुकाबले पर या तुम्हारे इर्द गिर्द there was nobody else, and you ruled, and mashallah you continue to rule even now. But अभी in the last couple of years we've seen a lot of new female singers entering the music world really.
Yes.
Girls like Annie and और भी लड़कियां हैं जिनको मैं देखती हूँ टीवी पर, और खुशी होती है उनको देखकर.
सहर है,
तुम्हें
राबी
ज़्यादा
बेज़म.
promising कौन लगती है? Do you feel it's a good omen for the industry?
I think
For more and
everybody
more
is
girls
doing
to-
good in their own ways and styles, and I'm again I would say I'm not being diplomatic about it. They're going to grow with time, and they have different styles of their own, and I don't say that they are following me or anything that I get insecure of. I truly believe in my own style of music, which keeps changing, and I just believe that one should constantly
Keep rediscovering.
Exactly.
keep discovering.
You need to
and
reinvent
rediscover.
You have
yourself
to-
again and
reinvent,
again.
absolutely.
I mean, that's
you
how
have
you come
to
up
just,
with
you can't be stagnant in life. You have to keep moving on and on and on. And
But Jani, let me
I
tell you-
always believe that new girls should come. They
Absolutely.
should come. They should
But Jaan,
be in
I
this
have to
field.
say something to you. तुमने अभी newcomers की बात की. No newcomer can be a threat to you, darling. Your comer is the best, I tell you. So well maintained, darling. How do you get on with Fariha Parvez?
she's a nice person, she's a lovely person. मुझे हमेशा वो अच्छे
Shazia
तरीके से
Mansoor?
respectably मिलती है. शाजिया मंसूर बेबी है बिल्कुल नहीं.
I think she's a lovely person.
cute.
मुझे
She's innocent.
personally, I
She's very
think Seher has beautiful voice.
Yeah,
Really?
she's
खूबसूरत
yeah.
आवाज़ है Seher
Yeah.
की. Even that girl Khadija has a lot of potential.
But they've got those Indian tone है ना,
हाँ,
which is very
which
pure
is
and very
pure,
soft.
yeah. With the
touch
voice
to
is
them.
exactly.
अच्छा अभी बात reinventing और rediscovering की हो रही थी. Jani's, I seriously kids, I need to reinvent myself. I'm bored. I need to take a vacation. मुझे बताओ मैं कहाँ जाऊँ? I desperately need to take a break.
I think
Jani,
you're wearing a
एक
zebra
साल,
print
एक साल.
sari. I think you should keep wearing like a lot of animal prints and you should go to Nairobi.
Nairobi?
Yeah.
हाँ?
Wow, go to Egypt.
है ना?
Go
Yeah.
to Cannes, France, south of France.
है ना?
हाँ.
लेकिन अकेली जाती भी अच्छी नहीं लगती.
हाँ,
गोरे-
ये
गोरे
तो है
लोग
नहीं तो वो
बीच में बेगम
लास्ट
साहबा।
नाइट वाले.
हाँ, लेकिन अगर उसको साथ लेगी तो मेरे प्रोस्पेक्ट्स कम हो जाएंगे ना
हाँ,
वहाँ पर.
ये
तो मैं सोच रही हूँ कि
alone.
नोमी को साथ ले चलती
You
हूँ.
know, she
Why
should-
not? Let's go.
है
No,
ना?
I think she should go alone
है ना?
with no bodyguard.
No, I should have my beta
Yeah,
with
yeah,
me.
you
Of
can-
course.
you
can
Of
have
course,
it,
we'll be
yeah.
friends. We'll hang out.
course.
We'll gossip.
Yeah,
I love
We'll
hanging out with
party.
Nazo
Yeah.
Khala.
Yeah, of course, and I'll give him all his space,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
can do whatever he can do, all his naughty things.
And I can use a credit card.
Of course,
Yeah.
darling. Everything. My
Exactly.
purse, my credit card, my anything you want is yours. हदीका, कभी फिल्मों में एक्टिंग करने की ऑफर नहीं मिली?
मिली है. मिली है.
हाँ.
नहीं, लेकिन obviously नहीं, मेरा कुछ मूड नहीं है.
अभी तो प्रॉब्लम मेरे साथ ये है कि सैयद नूर शाह जी ने मुझे फिल्म ऑफर की और मैं उनकी ऑफर को ना नहीं कर सकी.
हाँ.
तो मैंने मान ली.
अभी तो इनका अपना एक्टिंग करने का.
तो
हाँ, लेकिन
उनका-
हीरो कौन है?
अब वो है कि वो इंडिया से बारी बारी यश जी के फ़ोन आते जा रहे हैं और वो कह रही है कि नाजी जी आप सैयद नूर की फिल्म नहीं कर सकती, पहले आप मेरी फिल्म करें, फिर बाद में आप सैयद नूर की फिल्म करें.
तो महेश
अब
भट्ट की
पहले मैंने
मूवी क्यों नहीं कर
commitment-
रही हैं?
हाँ?
महेश भट्ट के साथ क्यों नहीं काम कर रही हैं?
हाय जान, वैसे तो साकिब ने भी कहा हुआ था, साकिब मलिक ने भी उसकी फिल्म भी खटाई में पड़ी हुई है. महेश जान, आई थिंक मीरा इज बेस्ट. आई थिंक मीरा इज बेस्ट फॉर हिम. हाँ, आई थिंक मीरा और महेश मेक अ
What do you
नाइस
think of Meera as
What-
an actress?
एज एन एक्ट्रेस.
मीरा दोबारा से क्यों आ रही है भाई?
बिकॉज दोस्ती बहुत है ना नोमी की मीरा से.
Meera is my best friend.
शी इज हिज बेस्ट फ्रेंड. ये अलग बात है कि इससे नाराज थी लाइफस्टाइल
नोमी की
अवार्ड्स.
बात तुम
वो क्या हो गया था नोमी? वो नाराज क्यों हो गई थी तुमसे?
Meera बिल्कुल मुझसे नाराज नहीं थी.
Come on,
थोड़ी
Nomi.
सी
I
नाराज
thought you were an honest man, Nomi Ansari. हाँ, you want me to call Meera and find out from her कि तुमसे नाराज क्यों गई थी वो? मैं
Please
अभी
ask
डायल
her.
करूँगी उसके नंबर.
अभी कुछ
Ask
फूट
her.
पड़
और देखो वो
जाएगी,
जो बोलेगी ना, वो जो बोलेगी मैं लोगों को सुना नहीं सकूंगी.
Meera actually
फंस गया नोमी.
Meera actually wanted me to make the gown for her. But actually Nabila was supervising everything and actually Nabila was responsible for everything, the entire wardrobe and the entire look. And I was already working for my fashion segment, the collection I was showing that for that event.
But what did she want you to make her look like? वो क्या look चाह रही थी, Nomi? Come on, Nomi. तुम मेरे ड्राइंग रूम में बैठे हो.
Come on, Nomi.
Darling, I want to know the look.
But Meera wanted to wear a dress, a gown, a bridal gown. She wanted to look like Barbie.
She wanted to look like
Barbie?
Barbie.
Yeah.
Barbie doll.
वो जैसे वो अंग्रेजी फिल्मों में ब्राइड्स होती हैं वो वाली लुक चाह रही थी ना वो.
With can, man.
Of course, I
Of
thought as
scarf.
much. I thought as much. You know, darling, I don't know. I'm not making fun of her. Nazi. जब मुझे लोग प्यार से कह सकते हैं और अब तुम लोग मुझे बिल्कुल तुम तो खैर नाज़ो खाला
खाला।
कहोगे. And Jani, don't call me बेगम साहिबा.
नहीं मैं
It
तो
sounds so
बिल्कुल नहीं.
formal, really.
नहीं, मेरे ख्याल में नाज़ो खाला ही ठीक
हाँ,
है ना.
Nazo Khala, हमारी खाला.
हाँ, तुम्हारी खाला. तुम
नाजी
दोनों की
बाजी.
खाला. नहीं, खाला.
बाजी
खाला.
नहीं है ना.
नहीं, बाजी नहीं. बाजी sounds horrible.
नाज़ो खाला.
हाँ, have you met बाजी शमी?
Do you know Guddu Khala?
No, गुड्डू खाला.
हर फैमिली में गुड्डू खाला जरूर होती
मेरी
है.
एक नाजी बाजी
गुड्डू
भी
खाला
है.
भी होती है. हाँ.
बेबी फुप्पो.
Baby Puppo, of course.
हाँ,
Baby
baby
Puppo
Puppo
in
होती
every
है.
family. Really. अच्छा मुझे कोई gossip बताओ मजे की. I've been dying to hear some nice gossip. Tell me.
Hadiqa knows a lot of gossip.
No, please.
किसकी-
How can you say that? No,
What
no, no.
went wrong? कुछ तो गड़बड़ हुई होनी है लाइफस्टाइल अवार्ड्स पर भी. किसी से लड़ाई होनी
देखो,
होनी है.
nothing's perfect.
I must say that this was my first experience there. मुझे पीछे backstage पे it was so organized.
अच्छा tell me about your first love, Hadiqa.
Huh?
Your first love.
First love कौन सा?
ये first teacher की बात हो
I'll
गई.
have to remember.
फर्स्ट टीचर की बात हो गई. अब मैं तुमने अपने फर्स्ट टीचर का नाम बताया. मैं तुम्हें अपने फर्स्ट टीचर का नाम बता देती हूँ. उसका नाम सलमान था. But I'm not going to tell you what he taught me really. But he taught me a
Chemistry or
lot, so
physics?
much. My everything first, darling. My everything first. My everything first is so amazing, really. Acha, you're talking about your first love, huh? First love, darling.
अब मैं अपनी पर्सनल लाइफ को मीडिया पे बैठ के बोलना शो
क्यों
ब्रॉडकास्ट
नहीं?
कर दूं सारा
क्यों
कुछ
नहीं? देखो इस मुल्क में
तेरा खाला जान क्या है मैं ना मैं
देखो
घर
इस
की
मुल्क में
बात
तीन ही तो चीजें हैं जो
खाला
तरक्की
जान क्या पूरा पाकिस्तान देख रहा है बैठ के
नहीं इस मुल्क में तीन ही तो चीजें हैं जो तरक्की कर रही हैं एक्चुअली चार हैं एक
First
मीडिया
love?
एक
अच्छा।
मीडिया तरक्की कर रहा है एक म्यूजिक बहुत तरक्की कर रहा है एक फैशन बहुत तरक्की कर रहा है और एक जानूस मेरा बैंक अकाउंट हाय हाय अल्लाह भला करे हम आए थे ना शेख जी लाल हवेली वाले
तो वेकेशन पक्की है
हाँ नहीं वो लाल हवेली वाले शेख जी आए थे
मैं भी
ना
फिर चली जाऊं ना
तो जल्दी उठ कर चले गए थे बाद में इतने अपसेट हुए कि जल्दी क्यों चले गए तो जस्ट टू मेक अप यू नो टू सॉर्ट ऑफ एज अ गुड विल
इसको
जेस्चर
गिरा रहने देना पल्लू अच्छा लग रहा है ना
सीरियसली
स्लिप होके
और
जब
क्या?
गिरता है।
हाँ चलो नोमी ने इतने प्यार से ब्लाउज
हाँ।
बनाया ही है तो
जबरदस्त लग रहा है
आई माइट एज वेल शो इट
I think you should. If I'd make a film now, I think I'll definitely going to ask you to do an item number
फॉर
in my film.
Are you making a film?
If I do,
If you ever do.
that means he will
no, I won't.
Acha, is that your passion? Is that your dream to make
I
films?
really wanted to. I mean, at one point, जब मैं बच्चा होता था, जब PSFD जाने से पहले, मुझे बड़ा शौक था कि मैं एक फिल्म जरूर बनाऊंगा अपनी जिंदगी में, एक म्यूजिक वीडियो जरूर बनाऊंगा अपनी जिंदगी में. कभी हुआ तो कोई चीज फैशन ओरिएंटेड कभी शायद बना लूं. I don't know.
but
But I
I
think-
think if you have intentions then you will है ना
Yes, and I'm
नहीं, but
sure.
I think but एक बात generally कि I think इंसान एक ही काम अगर करे ना दिल लगा के I think that's the best thing because you just can't do everything.
But you tend to get bored of doing the same thing also.
No, but
you know,
again,
one needs
it's
to
the
have
same
you know
thing.
just
Yeah.
A
a
little
change
bit
of
of
flavor
change,
sometimes.
exactly.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
है ना?
I think I still have to wait for the right
But what
time.
kind of films do you like, Nomi? तुम्हें किस किस्म की
Okay,
फिल्म को देखना
I
पसंद है?
really like. I don't like love stories a lot.
अच्छा.
You know, I
he's
like,
into Bollywood
I'm very much into Bollywood. Acha, Hollywood. If you talk about Hollywood, then I'm more into science fiction. Then I'm more into like futuristic movies or murder mysteries or horrors or you know that kind of film.
And what about you, darling?
मुझे बड़ी साइकोटिक किस्म की मूवीज अच्छी लगती हैं
मुझे भी.
हाँ जरा थोड़ी सी फिक्शन टाइप की भी बट
What's your star?
लियो
तुम बिच्छू हो ना?
बिल्कुल नहीं.
I should.
Virgo.
Virgo, of course. Perfectionist, darling.
Perfection.
Ah, your birthday must be around the corner.
Yeah.
कब है तुम्हारी birthday?
9 September.
9 September. Hi, John. So are we? Should I expect to be invited to a bash?
Of course, I'm going to have a Bollywood bash.
Really? And
Yeah.
9 September is 9/11. Don't forget, it's a very happenings day, as they call
Yeah,
it. You know,
it's very
happenings
happening.
day,
So yours
very
is 9?
eventful.
No, that's 11/9.
Oh, that's 11th
That's
9.
11/9.
But I mean, change it around.
Yeah, yeah.
9/11 or 11/9.
Very controversial, huh?
Very
Yeah,
controversial. Huh?
you better change it on your passport especially
I should seriously.
yeah
वैसे भी अमेरिकन वीज़े के लिए पासपोर्ट भिजवा. You know how these people are.
I am so upset with these, not Americans really, but with the American administration.
Why?
With the way they've unleashed their tyranny all over the world. You know, the way they've gone on invading Iraq and
Yeah.
Afghanistan and, you know, all over. अब किस तरह मुसलमानों के पीछे हाथ धो के पड़ गए.
एंड स्पेशली मुझे यहाँ का होता है कि जिस तरह हमारे मुल्क का इम्प्रेशन पूरी दुनिया में अमेरिका हो या इंग्लैंड हो इट इज़ सो बैड इट
You
इज़
know,
सो बैड कि वी आर लाइक as if we are a proper terrorist nation and
Hadiqa,
all that
but मैं
but
यही कहने लगी थी.
now we have you know coming to something that you are saying
Exactly. मतलब पाकिस्तान like you know it's getting better and better. Economy is getting better.
ऐसे है कि जैसे हम
every
लोग
day.
एक दूसरे को मारने के लिए बैठे हुए हैं
But
ऐसे ऐसे
जो
इमेजेस
लोग भी
दिखाते हैं
foreigners
यहाँ
आते हैं
के
उनके ऊपर बड़ा अच्छा impression
अच्छा
पड़ता है कि
impression
it's not like that bad. But the
Now-
people and we're not that backwards and you know we're still a happening nation and you know there's culture, there's heritage,
there's
there's music,
art and
there's art.
culture and everything is growing so much so coming to the point हम लोग पाकिस्तान की तरफ से you know we go abroad and lately I've been for the last 1 year I've been representing Pakistan for its softer image and I just you know feel so happy going to Malaysia, Japan, China, Turkey, these kind of places, Brunei, that people really see us you know the whole cultural troupe and with myself as well and they just don't imagine कि अच्छा पाकिस्तान इतना मॉडर्न हो चुका है कि वहाँ पे पॉप म्यूज़िक में जो फीमेल है वो ड्रेसिंग और म्यूज़िक और इतना ज़्यादा आगे चला गया है. सो वी आर बेसिकली रिप्रेजेंटिंग पाकिस्तान and giving the softer image everywhere. And I'm going to America, and I'm going to be performing in the White House.
Wow.
Yes, and President Bush would be there, and our President Musharraf would be there as
Any
well.
message,
That
Kala,
will
please?
be wonderful. Darling, I'm मेरी तो डायरेक्ट कम्युनिकेशन है. बुश के साथ भी फ़ोन करता रहता है. बड़ी डांट खाता है मुझसे.
भिजवाना
every
मैं तो
time.
बुश से मिल भी चुकी हूँ ना.
मुझसे तो बड़ी डांट
He was
खाता है.
here in Pakistan like 2-3 months back.
मुझे भी
तो-
फ़ोन करके बड़ा बुलाया था उसने, लेकिन मैं गई भी थी. You know, I was there at the reception of the president.
Yes, so I was there too, so-
I was there, but वो दूर से देखते जा रहा था मुझको, दूर से देखते जा रहा था. But then I thought I shouldn't go close to him. कहीं परवेज़ भाई jealous ना हो
हाँ,
जाए.
ये-
You know, I didn't want to give him any wrong impression really. But यहाँ पे बड़े-बड़े सियासतदान आते हैं, वज़ीर आते हैं, बड़े-बड़े मुशीर आते हैं, सब आते हैं. लेकिन जो मेरे दिल में प्यार और कदर और इज़्ज़त फ़नकारों के लिए है, you know, artists, creative people, I tell you, and मेरे लिए कम से कम सबसे ज़्यादा fulfilling experience, you know, is always having people like you in my
Because
drawing
Nazo
room.
Khala, I think it's because of your own self as well, because you're an artist yourself.
And you're not insecure.
Yeah, and yeah.
God, फ़ोन को भी अभी बचना था. हेलो आप नहीं, आई वॉज इन द मिडल ऑफ अ कॉन्वर्सेशन. हदीका आई बैठी है. हदीका कियानी. क्या कहा? आपसे तो मैं बाद में बात करती हूँ. I'll talk to you later. Oh Johnny, right when I was about to actually take him seriously,
Yes.
he blew his chances.
Why?
एक तो these Pakistani men, they can never be faithful.
Yeah,
मैंने
it's
हदीका-
not about
Always.
it's not about Pakistani men.
Do you think
It's
it's
the
all
men
over?
all
You think it's all
around.
over? It's all around?
Yes.
They're all like that?
Human beings are human
Not
beings,
all of
you
them.
know.
Huh?
At least I'm not like that, Khala.
Ah,
You know
you're
me since
not
my
like
childhood.
that. You're not like that at all.
Well, every guy says like that.
देखो जरा कैसे राल टपकानी शुरू की इसने. हदीका का नाम सुनकर फोन के ऊपर बेशर्म ना हो.
ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? मैं क्या चीज़ हूँ आपके सामने? कैसी बातें कर रही हैं आप?
अब हम तुम्हारा गाना
हाँ,
सुनने
तो
के लिए बेकरार हो
तो
रहे हैं.
वही कहूँगी कि जो पाकिस्तानी गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से मैं जाती हूँ मुख्तलिफ जगहों पे, तो वहाँ पे मैं I'm just gonna sing few things for
Sure.
you which I had sung there. मलेशिया में मैंने मलेशियन सॉन्ग किया. और मज़े की बात यह है कि जब मैंने ये सॉन्ग किया तो वहाँ पे प्रेसिडेंट और प्राइम मिनिस्टर उनके बैठे हुए होते हैं और ब्रुनाई के किंग वहाँ पे बैठे हुए थे ब्रुनाई में, एंड ऑल द टॉप लॉट पीपल यू नो दे आर देयर. तो जब मैं वहाँ पे उनकी लैंग्वेज में गाती हूँ तो मेरे लिए सबसे बड़ी बात ये होती है कि मैं उस चीज़ के साथ जस्टिस करूँ. और बाद में अगर मुझे वही लोग आके कहें कि हमें बिल्कुल ऐसा लगा कि जैसे हमारे कोई लोकल सिंगर गा रही हैं, तो विच इज़ अ बिग थिंग फॉर मी कि एक्सेंट में और उसके प्रोनाउंसिएशन के अंदर आई शुड बी, you know, it's like a challenging thing
I
for
know
me.
that.
So I'm just gonna hum few lines of a Malaysian song,
Okay.
a Chinese song,
Okay.
and if I remember, then a Turkish song.
Okay, that's
Lovely,
exciting.
darling. It's a
Okay.
wonderful sound.
That's exciting.
हाँ, very
That's
exciting.
just little bits of it. First, I'm gonna say Malay. Okay. Cindela mana tidak berkias, jelena lalu hendak berhibu, bagailah mana hendak berhias, jamin gunung das berizu. This is Malay. Okay.
Brilliant.
Nice.
Now a Chinese song. 这是心的呼唤，这是爱的风声，这是认真的祝福，这是上门的眼前，再没有新的沙漠，再没有爱的蜂拥，死神遗忘而却不，幸福是花处处开遍。Then it goes on and on.
Brilliant. Beautiful.
Thanks.
And
Excellent.
now the Turkish,
Now
darling.
the Turkish one. I'm The song is called Sanalama.
Sanalama.
That means don't cry.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a highly emotional song that I'm going to give my life and my soul and my heart to you, but the last thing that I want to see is tears in your eyes. So don't cry. So
Beautiful. And let's dedicate this to our viewers.
yes,
To all of you.
all of you. Yeah. Just one second.
Yeah, sure.
Hasret olduk, ayrılık olduk. Huzurlara binildi saatler. Gördüm akan iki damla yaş. Ayrılıktan sevgiyle beraber. Bir şarkı, bir şehir gibi yaşadım canım acılarak. Senden bana hatıralar şimdi sakladım sevgili kederle. Bir sır gibi saklarım seni. Bir yemin bir gizli düş gibi. Ben bu yükü taşırım sen git. Git acılarla. Sen ağlama, dayanamam. Ağlama göz bebeğim, sana kıyamam. Ah yüreğim senin olsun. Yüreğim bende kalırsa yaşayamam. Sen ağlama, dayanamam. Ağlama göz bebeğim, sana kıyamam. Ah yüreğim senin olsun. Yüreğim bende kalırsa yaşayamam.
That was fabulous, darling.
Thank you.
You know, you are truly blessed, Hadiqa. And you are a lovely, lovely soul. You are an angel.
Thank
You
you.
really
Mashallah,
are.
the accent and the voice changes, and you know,
Brilliant,
you.
the
mashallah.
highs
Thank
and
you.
the
Really.
excellent.
Thank
You know,
Thank
and Nomi, I think you're also blessed. Actually, all of us. In fact, all of you out there, हम सबको हर वक्त ये सोचना चाहिए कि how blessed really we are. And I think कि बहुत ज़रूरी है कि हम सब ज़िंदगी के अंदर एक पॉजिटिव सोच, इस सारी गुफ्तगू का हासिल ये हुआ जो मुझे बात हदीका की सबसे अच्छी लगी, नोमी की, that you know we need to think positive,
Yes.
you know, harbor positive feelings, positive thoughts, and you know, try and lead positive lives. really.
Just one thing, should I add it
Please,
in
please,
the end?
Hadiqa, sure.
I would just want to say that, you know, to all the youngsters and to all the generations, you know, it's not about that you're young or you're old or you're middle-aged. At any age you are, if you think that you can truly contribute to this nation, you can contribute to yourself, please don't hesitate. Just go and do it, because it's just one life you have. There are no other chances in life that you get. It's just one life. Go ahead, do it, because if you have some artistic abilities, just don't keep them within yourself. Just let it out.
Exactly. Be
Because
yourself, and you have to be more innovative.
Be
and
true to yourself.
be true to yourself, because we are God's creation. We are the Creator's creation. So we can't be wrong. You know, if we are creating something, that means it has God's will in it.
And God is
God is there
within
with us.
each one of us.
Yes.
You know,
He
He's within
lives in us.
in
He
each
doesn't
one of
desert
us.
us.
Yeah.
He's
मैंने
with
बीच
us.
में meditation classes ली थी ना, तो सलमा मियाँ, she's a very good client of mine. तो वो I was really stressed out. कहते हैं come sit, she takes like meditation classes. कहते हैं I'll just, you know, just sit with me for 10 minutes and you'll be fine. So I mean, while I was going through that 10 minutes literally, I mean, one thing which I learned, which was the best thing, that inhale positivity, exhale negativity.
Yes.
I think this is, I mean, one thing which I've been doing, like, you know, since then. I think, and it really works. So I think Pakistan has already given us so much, and we are mashallah blessed that we have like all the facilities and we're the privileged ones, and you know among all the Pakistanis, I think mashallah Muslim country hai, sab kuch hai. So I think we should be very thankful, and we have
And
to be,
please stay positive.
yeah.
And darling, अब ये डिसाइड हो गया कि खाने से पहले I'm going to sit with you now for 10 minutes and you're going to teach me how to inhale and how to आपसे लेंगे हम इजाज़त. मुझे यकीन है कि हदीका से मिलकर, नोमी से मिलकर आप लोगों को बहुत खुशी हुई होगी. मैं बेगम नवाजिश अली अपने मेहमानों के साथ फ़िलहाल बैठकर खाना खाऊंगी, इनहेल करूंगी, एक्सेल भी करूंगी. आप अपना ख्याल रखिएगा और इंशाल्लाह अगले हफ्ते फिर मुलाकात होगी विद टू वेरी एक्साइटिंग पर्सनालिटीज़. अंटिल देन टेक केयर. खुदा हाफिज़. नवाजिश.